Welcome to the Origin Summer Preview with the Dice Tower. In this series, we look at recently released and upcoming games for summer 2014. And now, recorded live at Origins 2014, here's your host, Eric Summerer.
Welcome back to the Origins Summer Preview. I'm Eric Summerer, here with Mike Fitzgerald. And Mike, many people know you as the designer of the Mystery Rummy series. It's one of your big hits.
Yes, it's still selling, which amazes me sometimes.
That's
but
great.
It's in different languages and everything else, yes.
We're looking at edition number 5.
Mystery Rummy number 5, which I have got finished. It's going to go to the printer very soon. It's called Escape from Alcatraz. And I'm happy to announce that it's being produced by Eagle Games and U.S. Games. Now, U.S. Games has done all the series so far, but this is going to be a joint venture for this game and a reprint of all the original Mystery Rummies. Excellent. Here, by the way, is number 1, right here, Jack the Ripper. So
you can get the whole set now.
You get the whole set now, yes. That's being reprinted as this is being made.
Wonderful.
So this is based on Escape from Alcatraz. All the Mystery Rummies are based on literature or actual history with an event. And they certainly have all the details of that event in the game. The job I had was through a rummy mechanic to try to create a sense of theme that goes with each of these games.
Right.
So the way I've done it with Alcatraz, and Andrew Korson, I should mention, is my co-designer on this. He actually submitted this idea to a Mystery Rummy contest on Board Game Geek. Did not win the contest, but a very interesting design he had, and this was the theme, and he did a lot of the great work on this theme, and I really loved the theme, and I asked him, listen, if I finish this up and just change it to fit the Mystery Rummy line better in my way, and we work together, would you be okay with the co-design? He was very excited. So this is what we've done. So this had even more people involved than just me, which makes it, I think, a better game.
Great.
So here we have Alcatraz. Now, nobody has ever escaped from Alcatraz. There are people that were never found. 2 people, the Morris brothers, who did the tunnel through the walls, are assumed they drowned and weren't found. But nobody else has ever really escaped. So we are guards at Alcatraz, and we are trying to make sure that nobody ever escapes. So during the game, what you're doing is trying to find out about people's escape plans. There have been so many plans to try to escape. We have them all in the game, the 7 main ones, with suits of cards that you can actually make melds, which is making a setup in Rummy style. So like the other Mystery Rummy games, if you were to get 3 cards in your hand of Attack the Guards, which is one of the plans to escape, you could actually play them down and make a meld. Now in this game, when you make a meld or lay off, which is to play like you could play one of those later, right? In response. You turn over one of these cards and you do an action. And these actions are similar to what we used to call gavel cards in the other Mystery Rummies. They will give you some things to do, but you're not sure which one is going to happen. But the goal is obviously to get sets of these cards in play, but these will score you no points. In this Rummy game, you will get no points for what's in front of you, ever. You will get no points subtracted for what's in your hand. There's only one thing that scores in this game, and that is when you stop and escape. So here's what happens. When there are 8 cards of these suits, of any of these suits and plans in play anywhere between you and everybody playing, and this will play 2 to 4, like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, I have 5, 6, 7, 8. When there's 8 there, if you're on turn with 8, you can foil the escape plan. But you've got to find the escapee or an escapee who has to do with the plan to be able to arrest them, throw them, and wrap it all up, so it can't happen. So you can do that from your hand if you have an escapee. There are 2 kinds of escapees. The guys who are gray can escape with any plan, and they're worth 5 points. Then there's the actual person who tried to pull off each plan. He matches the color of the meld, and he's worth 10 points. Now there's a yard in this game where the escapees hang out. The game starts by you putting 1 in there. You turn over the deck, start the discard pile. When you find your first escapee, he's in the yard. During the game, you can never have more plans in play, meaning more colors of melds, than there are escapees.
Because somebody's got to have the plan in the first place.
Somebody's got to be working on a plan. And it doesn't have to be the same color necessarily, but an escapee's got to be out there to allow you to make melds. So when you have 1 color, you need 1 guy. If you want to make another color plan, a meld, you've got to get another escapee in there, which you can play once a turn, and then make your meld. You're not going to be able to do it without enough escapees there. So when you trigger the escape, if you're the one on the turn saying, okay, we got 8 in play, I'm wrapping up this plan. You can take a person from the yard if they'll work, like this guy will, because he's the main guy for this. You play it with the set, you wrap them up, and they go in your score pile. Every other player now, as long as they have at least one, will wrap this up and put in their score pile. If in their hand is an escapee that can go with it, they may also add that. So if you have this guy in your hand, you can play that, wrap it up. You can't access the guys here. You'll just get the base points. You wouldn't get the escapee points, but you'll wrap these guys up and around the table. And you keep doing this if somebody can get out. In this game, it is not easy to get out because of these cards. Every time you meld a trigger, you're doing an action, and you're going to be drawing and doing other things that may make it harder for you to get out. In the turn, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go out, because you have to have a card to discard, but that may make it tougher. When you go out, you get 3 points as a bonus for going out for every escapee in the yard, and your score pile. If you're able to escape before any attempt has been foiled, before we've even know that there's enough information to stop one of these escapes, if you can do that, you get the full points of all the escapees, and nobody else scores. That's very hard to do. A lot depends on how many things start in the discard pile and what the play is and what cards you get in play. But that is the game. It's you can score a lot of points in a hand. You can score not many. The game has a very interesting flow. It's a different strategy than regular Rummy because of this 8 in play and the importance of starting the escape. Gets very tricky about how many cards you want to put in play at times. And that's Escape from Alcatraz. This game right now is on Kickstarter. And you can go and back it. I think the entry level is like $20 to get a copy of and every Mystery Rummy from 1 to 4, which is being reprinted now, are add-ons to that Kickstarter.
Oh, neat.
And there's a good price for all of them. So if you are a Mystery Rummy fan, I think this is a good opportunity to round out your collection and possibly get in on
And they should all be arriving around the same time, because it's all part of the same print
They definitely will. They'll be out in the fall, and everybody can get them then.
Mike Fitzgerald, thank you very much. Looking forward to more Mystery Rummy.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you join us for the rest of our summer preview videos. We'd like to thank Gamma and Origins for making these videos possible. And we hope that all of you have fun gaming. See you next time.